Right. So the horses were the senses, but the soul, the passenger, which was sitting behind, had no control. But here, what is happening is the soul overtook. So that means that all the thing is, mind cannot be controlled because he was not able to be controlled by even the intelligence. What we need to learn here is instead of controlling the mind, first we have to start controlling our senses. Mind is very difficult to control, but the intelligence should have the analyzing ability. What is analyzing ability? The other day I told to distinguish between the right from the wrong. So intelligence has to be, what happens in our life is generally what happens is we all are controlled by our mind. We don't let the intelligence to overpower, or we don't train our intelligence to control our mind. That is the reason. But at the same time, soul does not do anything except simply watching what the mind, intelligence, all other elements are doing. But with a lot of effort, we can train. Here, finally you saw the king took the final decision to tell the servant that you don't listen to the mind what is saying. Listen to the intelligence. You have got it. That is why we are not able to. Which Mataji asked, I don't know. Yesterday also I wanted to tell this, but there was a lot of time spent extra 25 minutes. That's why. Hare Krishna. Okay, we get into dwell into the chapter. Once again, I welcome all of you for this beautiful journey of 18 days Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And today is the eighth chapter, Akshara Brahma Yoga. This, I hope you all are able to see the slide. This is the recap of the yesterday's. Yesterday's we talked about the glories of the Lord. What was that? We saw the Lord is overpowered. We saw three energies after that. All the energy, Rasogam Kaunteya, Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayuhu, this earth, this apa, water, all the five elements of material nature are created. It's a creation of Lord's energy. Then three types of energy we saw, inferior and exterior energy. With that, the Lord creates the material nature. And with the superior energy, which is Tatastha energy, the Lord creates the living entities. But what happened, unfortunately, the living entities do not take any extra effort. That is, though they are superior, they become slave to the material energy, which is inferior. That is why I told the story also, you can connect now. If these sukshma, what are the sukshma? Man, buddhi, ahankar. Mind, intelligence, and the I factor. So if you somehow, though they are very difficult, sukshma is very difficult, gross we can easily control. See, if you, if you see a gross thing, it's very easy to control. But at the same time, a very small insect may be very difficult for you to catch it. But at the same time, a big thing very easy to catch. Same way, mind is very easy to be controlled when we say. But mind is, but how? Yesterday he told, no, I think in this only it might have been given. No, it's not given in the recap. Yesterday Krishna told you, remember? Abhyasa yogena, by practice you can control it. Mamyevaye prapatyante, surrender to me. Then only this will happen. Surrendering is very easy than controlling the senses. What we have to surrender? Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Whatever work we do, you have to think you are doing for the pleasure of the Lord. Keep remembering Lord in between. That is why Karma Yoga is easy. Okay, then demigod worship and impersonal worship. This is a very, very important. Change the browser and log in. I tried, Mataji. I tried to log in that also. With the, actually, I don't know. You want me to tell? So once again, should I? It's okay, Mataji. I'm recording in the system. I'll share it in the playlist. Okay. So finally, demigod worship and impersonal worship. Some people worship the demigod, some people worship the nirguna. As I told, what is actually meant by nirguna is the Lord is beyond the gunas, three modes of material nature. But this impersonalist, they think the Lord does not have any form. So they worship the Brahman effulgent. That is also okay. The Lord says that is fine, no problem. You worship the demigod. What did he say? I have only given the energy to demigod. I give you that knowledge to go and worship the demigods. I tell the demigods to fulfill your desire, so that slowly and gradually you will start developing faith in one demigod, and that will motivate you to develop a love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So yesterday we saw, no, what was that? Artho, Jignasu, Artharthi, Jnani. For whatever reason you want to come to me, you come. I'll be happy, because slowly you will develop a love for me. So this is last 6.46 and 6.47 is given. Icha dvesha samutena. So whatever is the desire, the demigods will immediately fulfill. What is the reason? The reason is they have been empowered by the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. That is why. Okay, now you all see. All of you are able to see 8th chapter, Akshara Brahma Yoga. Akshara Brahma Yoga, attaining the Supreme. How to attain the Supreme. Now here Arjuna will ask so many questions, because in the 6th and 7th chapter he did not ask any question. But in the 6th chapter in between he asked. What did he ask? What if a yogi, after practicing so much, if he is not able to attain you, if he falls down for some reason? So Krishna gave two answers for that. What was those answers? Number one, if he is not becoming a great yogi, what will happen? He will take birth in the Shuchinam, Srimatam Geye. He will take birth in the aristocratic family. Otherwise, after becoming an elevated yogi, if he falls down for some reason, falling down means what? We are not able to go to the Vaikunda. We may go to even heavenly planets. No problem. Even if we go to heavenly planets, we have to come back. Chine punyer martir lokam vishanti. Tetam gatva sarga lokam vishalam. That we will see in the 9th chapter. This verse comes. Okay. So that now Arjuna is asking. Okay. So second answer what Krishna gave was, you will take birth in a very, very elevated, high-class devotee. So what will happen? Right from birth only, you'll be hearing Bhagavatam, you'll be hearing Bhagavad Gita, eating only prasadam. 100% you will come back to me. So don't worry in bhakti. Whatever little you do, Neha Vikrama Nashosti Swalpam Apyasya. Even if you have done very little in bhakti, don't worry about that at all. Next birth, you will start only on that. So we don't have to worry. Okay, I'm not able to chant, I'm able to chant only one round, no problem. Next birth, you will start chanting from second round only. You don't have to do, that means only 15 rounds is sufficient for you. Lot of questions. So all of you sit straight. If it is possible, take a pen and sit. Very important chapter, because everyone want to go to Goloka, right? So this chapter will, and next, all these questions are answered in 8th and 9th. So if you have pen and pencil, you will definitely go back to Goloka. Arjuna is asking, because if I have to go back? Okay, I'm not. I will explain you. So, what is Brahman? In the 7th chapter, the last 29th and 30th verses. If Krishna, again internet, today so many problems. Are you able to hear me? It is because of the internet only, I think I'm not able to go live also. You are able to hear me, right? Neha Mataji, you can give me thumbs up.
Yes, Madhu.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay. What is Brahman? What is self? Self, all we have learned, Atma. What is Brahman? What are the fruitive activities? What is this material manifestation? Who are the demigods, in fact? Please explain this to me. How does this Lord of sacrifice live in the body? Where does he live? How does he live? Which part he lives? O Madhusudana. And how can those engaged in devotional service know you? at the time of death. Because you have been telling, whoever remembers me at the time of death will come back to me. They will not. Janma karma cha medivyam evam yoveti tatvatah tektva dekam punar janmam naiti mam eti sorjuna. 4 point, I think, 4.6, 7, 8, 9. 4.9. Okay, 4.9, Krishna told this. Janma karma chami divyam evam yoveti tattvataha. So one who believes me, one who strongly understands me, tektva dekam punarjanma. When they leave this body, they don't take punarjanma naitima meti sorjuna. They don't come back. They will attain me. Once they attain me, they don't come back. So Arjuna is asking, how to attain you? If we attain you only, we will not come back. Na Krishna, how to attain you? Okay. See, I will first explain and then I will show the PPT. All of you remember, Bhagavan is Sat Chit Anand, Sachidananda. The Lord is Sachidananda. Sat factor, the first factor is the realization of Atma, self, soul. I am not this body, I am a soul. That is only the Sat realization. Okay, that is self-realization. That is Brahman realization. I am not this body is the Brahman realization. After Sat comes Chit. Chit is what? That Paramatma. Where does Paramatma live? In the Chitta. Chit is not mind. There's a subtle factor between the heart and the Chit. In that the Paramatma lives. But in the verses it is said that, what is it? So 50, Sarvasya Chagam Hridi Sannivishto. The Lord says, I live in your heart. Hridi Sannivishto, the Lord says. So the Lord lives actually in the Chitta. So a person who has the Chitta realization means he has got Paramatma realization. Most of the Advaitavadis, Advaita, there is no two. Only one. Paramatma and the soul both are same. Those people are only Sat realization. They believe in the Brahman effulgence. They don't believe in the Paramatma feature. But the next level is Chit also. Chit means they believe, they realize the Sat also, they realize the Chit also. That means they know they are not the body, they are the soul. Also they know near the soul there is one Paramatma who is living. Understand? So Sat Chit. Anand. Who is Anand? That Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha. He is the Bhagavan. So those who have got Bhagavan realization. What is Bhagavan realization? This Paramatma is nothing but Bhagavan, one Amsha of Bhagavan. Bhagavan only in my heart is residing in the form of Paramatma. Yesterday I told Bhagavan only expands in 3 Purushavatara. First I told Karno Shadaya Vishnu. Karno, that is the first Adisesha. Mahavishnu. Then the Mahavishnu expands into 3 Purusha. First Purusha who comes out is the Karanodakshaya Vishnu, causal ocean. He creates the entire universe. Then the Karana Vishnu expands into Garbhodaka Vishnu. This Garbhodaka Vishnu enters into every universe to create the living entity. Garbhoda, Garbha. He gives a birth to Brahma and Brahma gives a birth to other living entities. Fine. Then the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands as the 3rd Mahavishnu. That is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. This Kshirodakshaya Vishnu enters into every living entity into their heart. He lives in that. So a person who has the realization of Paramatma, he will definitely have the realization of Bhagavan also. But directly Bhagavan realization is not possible. So Sat Chit. After the Sat realization, Brahman effulgent realization, Brahman realization, a person who knows the Dvaita. Dvaita is 2. Soul is different, Paramatma is different. Okay, so those who have this Dvaita realization, that is Chit, Sat and Chit realization, they will get the realization gradually when they grow in bhakti. You know, once the Paramatma, those who have Paramatma realization, they will never do anything wrong. They will not. Because they know there is one Supreme Atma sitting in my heart watching everything. But that's not very easy. As I told you the story, we have to keep on sharpening our intelligence. Who can keep hitting our mind every now and then? Okay, so that story always remember. Intelligence should take overpower, and the intelligence should always try to control the mind. But for those who do not have the real intelligence, I know everything. That is the false intelligence. That's a false ego. Those people cannot even realize the Paramatma. They will know that Paramatma is sitting in my heart, but what they think, like whatever I am doing is correct. They do not have the realized knowledge. Yesterday or day before we saw, all our gurus are they are realized souls, self-realized souls. So if we try to sharpen our intelligence with our own effort, it is not possible. That is why we need to take the shelter of the guru. Once the guru tries, once a guru accepts us as disciple, this intelligence will be real intelligence, will always be sharpened. So it is little difficult, but I hope you will be able to understand again and again when we see that next we will see the answer for all this. Second verse is, how does this Lord sacrifice live in the body? Where does he live? That's what I said, in the chitta, near the heart. Who is Madhusudana? Krishna only. There was one Keshi got. Madhusudan is one another, what do we call? Asura. So Krishna had overcome this Madhusudana. That is why he is known as the Madhusudana. This is the adjective given to Madhusudana. So many things are. Yesterday also we saw Dhananjaya and Parantapa, who told for Arjuna, Krishna gave these adjectives, right? I told why Dhananjaya, I explained, you remember? Okay. So I can see that, okay, very good. Yesterday's last two, I said, from here, Arjuna picked up these questions. Janma, Jaramarana Mokshaya, Mamashati, Tantite. So one who surrenders under at your lotus feet. Jaramarana Mokshaya. Moksha means what? Come out of it. Renounce. So one Ashritya means surrender. One who surrender under your lotus feet, they are apart, they are away, they are not subject to Janma Marana. That means they have renounced this. Te Brahma Tadviti Krishnam Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam. So Te Brahma Vidi Krishnam. So Brahma, who is Brahma, who realizes this? Adhyatmam. So Krishna yesterday told these two verses 29 and 30. So Arjuna picked up all the questions from there. Who is Brahma or what is Brahman? It's not the Brahmana. That's totally different. That is Varnashrama Dharma. This is Brahman. That is a light factor, light effulgence. Adhyatmam. What is Adhyatmam? What is Adi Daivam? What is Adi Yajnam? So Prayana Kale, at the last birth, when we take the last birth, how I can come to you? You told the last birth, so how to remember you at the last birth? Okay, so Krishna is going to answer all this. What are the questions? What is Brahman? What is Adi Devam? What is Adi Bhautik? What is Adhyatmik? And how one can remember you at the last moment. So all the answers are given in one slide. Okay, what is Brahman? Brahman is the Jiva, that is the soul. Brahman is the soul. So what is Adhyatma? All the factors which controls the soul. What are the factors which control this Jiva? We saw 24 elements. What are they? 5, first, material nature. 5, karmendriya. 5, jnanendriya. 5, tanmatraya. That is hearing, speaking, the nature of the 5 Panchamahabhuta. 4 5s are 20. Man, Buddhi, Ahankar. 3 more. 23. Three, material nature, Prakriti. Because Prakriti only controls everybody. The Maya, Prakriti is Maya. Maya controls everybody. The Maya is subject to three modes of material nature, Sattva, Raja, Guna. These three material nature only is the root cause for whatever activity we perform. So, 24 elements. 25th element, as I told you in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has told in one verse, that is the soul factor. So, all these factors are Adhyatma. Okay, so they control the soul. In the story which I again said in the beginning, finally the soul overcome. It had to, it came, it overcame all the factors, had the guts to call the servant to tell him, don't listen to the mind. Listen to me, now I am telling you. So that kind of practice and what do you call that? That effort, vairagya, that detachment we need to have. Only then we can take this strong decision. Okay, what are karmas? Whatever this body performs, that's a karma. We have taken birth only to perform karma because the karmas are the previous sanchit, vasana, desire of the previous birth. To fulfill that desire, the Lord gives the appropriate body. That is what is the material body. Adibhutam. Adibhutam is the material. That is the material nature. Okay. And okay. If time permits, I'll tell one more thing. Adi Daiva. Adi Daiva. What Daiva is, yesterday we saw Daiva is Devata. Okay, we worship the Devatas. In the previous verse also, in the previous slide, we saw we worship the Devatas. But this is Adi Deva, who is supreme to all the Devatas, supreme personality of Godhead, who rules, who creates annihilation, creation, annihilation, and what do you call creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. Srishti is creation, Sthiti is maintenance, Pralaya is annihilation. For this, he has created three devatas, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. What is Adi Yajna? Adi Yajna is that Kshirodakshaya Vishnu who is seated in everybody's heart. He is the actual enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Whatever we do, you do good karma, he will sit and enjoy. Wow, my children are so good. He is doing such a nice work. But if you don't do, that also he will enjoy. Because he is only yaha pashyati sa pashyati. He will not interfere. We have a free will. He will not tell you what you are doing is wrong. But he will enjoy that. Two birds, you remember? One bird is eating the fruit and enjoying without watching that the hunter is standing behind to shoot me anytime. Without watching this material nature, it is all for binding me. Without having that knowledge, the bird is enjoying the fruits. Another bird is sitting near, watching this. Wow, what a fate. This bird doesn't know that hunter is sitting behind. Anytime it's going to lose its identity, it's not able to lose its bodily identity. Sorry. Okay, because the soul never dies. It cannot be killed. Nayanam chintandi shastrani, nayanam dahati pavakaha. It cannot be killed by cut by weapons into pieces. No water, air, or any other nature, Prakriti cannot moisture it, cannot weather it, we saw it, right? So it's a thinking, is going to lose its identity of its body. That is what Adi Yajna is, the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu who is seated in everybody's heart. Where does Adi Yajna reside? In the heart of all. How to remember Krishna at the time of death? Practice Abhyasa Yogena Vairagyena. Yesterday we saw, but so many verses are in today's chapter also. How to remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead at the time of death. Hare Krishna. Easy. It is easy. We have to keep on practicing. Right? That is why I keep on requesting all of you to join second level. Full purport we will read. Okay, so Krishna, now is Krishna's responsibility. He has to answer all the questions. So Supreme Lord started. The indestructible, transcendental living entity is called Brahma. Soul is known as Brahman, Sach Tattva. And he is eternal. Soul is eternal. Action pertaining to the development of these material bodies is called karma. We all have taken this birth in order to perform activities, I said. Those activities are known as our karma or fruitive activities. Why are they fruitive? They are not akarma. Akarma means without expectation, nishkama karma. But the Lord is saying only karma. That means it is binding. Akarma, nishkama karma, vikarma, all are binding. But only, what did I say? Sakama karma, nishkama karma, and vikarma. All are binding. Only akarma, devotional service, does not bind. Akarma does not bind us. So what action we have to do? We have to do the action and tell Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. That is akarma. A person who even after eating well, okay, Lord, I ate for you. Like that also they may start. But every day they start saying, no, they will come very soon. Before eating only Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, they will start saying. Before Agam Vaishwanaro Bhutva Pranina Andegam. They know Lord is sitting in my stomach. In the form of Jatagni. So what are the things I need to take care of that? They will not eat what has been prohibited. Okay. So see the Atma. The Supreme Lord said the instinct is same. It's the same. Different activities we perform. What are the activities? Akarmic activities. First one. Isn't it? All other activities. Internet. Krishna is testing me today. Action pertaining to the development of these material bodies is called karma. What are the action? We can perform any action. Right? All of you can see here, right? We can see in the, when Krishna himself came, the pastimes, Krishna's pastimes, Gopa, Gopi, they all got, they also performed the fruitive activities only. But since they came with the Lord, it was for them akarma. Okay. Physical nature is known to be endlessly mutable. The universe is the cosmic form of the Supreme Lord. Why? Because he told yesterday's chapter we learned, 5th verse 7.5. The material nature has been created by with my energy. So whatever you see, whatever you enjoy, whatever you eat, you see, you do, you hear, everything is the manifestation of the Lord's energy. I am that Lord represented as the super soul. He himself is telling, I am the super soul seated in your heart. See, after he tells also, we don't believe. After he tells also, we don't we get afraid of telling a lie. How can we tell a lie? When we know very well, even if you tell a lie, that comes as another papa, sin. The Lord knows the truth. But he will write in your account, one more sin, one more sin. So, we should all try. Sometime, we give the definition for lie at our own cost. We will do something and we'll say, no. I did not do it with any intention. The Paramatma in my heart will know I did with a good intention and we may be telling one lie. Sometimes it does happen. In Shastras also it is said. One story is also there. Some thief come, thief come before that somebody wants to hide in a saint's ashram. Saint is in the, meditation thing. But still the saint does not reveal that the person is there. Satyam bruhi priyam bruhi, satyam na bruyat apriyam. What is it? Tell the truth. If the truth is not apriyam, if the truth is not very loving for some other person, don't tell the truth. Na? So hiding the truth is not telling lie. Don't tell the truth. If it is not, during COVID time, I know so many people, husband died in the hospital, wife was suffering with the COVID at home. Many people, my colleagues did not tell their mothers that father is no more for more than a month or so. What did they do? They did not tell father is alive. That is a lie. But they did not tell that father is passed away also. Whenever the mother used to ask, how is your father? Yeah, we will see, okay, I will go and see. Like that only they kept saying for some time, till the mother was recovered from COVID. So that is what, we should know, we should have that much sense. Okay, the how to reach the Lord's lotus feet. Mataji, Prabhuji, please, attendance. Attendance, you all start filling attendance. 1 minute it takes. By then we will talk about Vishwabhitama. Vishwabhitama had one boom. What is that boom? Icha Mrityu. What is Icha? Icha means according to desire. So he had a boom of according to his desire. Whenever he wanted to leave the body only, the soul will leave the body. So that is the reason, even after in the Mahabharata war, even after, he was hit by whom? Of course, Arjuna. But what did he say? He did not want to die that time because Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, today's chapter we saw, no? He wanted to wait till the Uttarayana comes. That's auspicious time. So when one soul leaves during Uttarayana, it reaches the Lord's abode. Dakshinayana, it does not. It is said in the Vedas. So he wanted to wait till the Uttarayana comes. So what did he say? He told, because you see here, how it is, the arrow which has gone from your front side. If he lies down, what happened? It is already there behind his body. So what he said, put me in an elevated bed. That bed should be of all arrows only. So they put arrow as a bed and they placed him. And when the war was almost over, he wanted to see Krishna. So Krishna also came because he wanted to see Krishna's lotus feet as the last breath taking place. So he remembers Krishna, so he will reach Lord's abode. Antakalecha mamyevam, hope you all have filled attendance. Antakalecha mamyevam smaranayuktva kalevarame prayatischa madbhavam yatinath astra sanchayagar. Yesterday also when sanchayagar came, then I told this verse without any doubt. Krishna is telling, if you are able to remember me at the time of soul leaving your body, how is it possible? At that time, the pain will be like, I think 10,000 scorpion, I think, biting. That much pain will be there. See, I'll tell you, when we have cold and headache and things like that, chanting will go for a 6. We cannot even chant when we are having fever. So a small fever, headache, we are not able to remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How to remember the Lord at the time of soul leaving the body, having the pain of 10,000 scorpion biting us. So what should we do for that? All the time start remembering Krishna 24/7. 24/7. What is 24/7 shloka, you know? What is 24/7 shloka? Mataji, there are no 24 chapters. Second chapter, 47th shloka. Second chapter 2.47. We can call it as 24/7. Karmanyavadhikaraste mapaleshu. Thank you, Mataji. Tell.
Karmanyavadhikaraste mapaleshu.
Hari. Correct, Mataji. 24/7. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. 24/7 we have to do karma. The soul cannot sit idle or the mind cannot stay without thinking. Mind will keep on thinking. All the thinking only becomes a desire. If I even think, my neighbor is so lucky, I should have born as my neighbor. Or sometimes children also think, I should have born to my neighbor. My parents are not like this. So definitely the desire is noted down. Next birth, the child will be your child to the neighbor. So we have to very, very carefully control or regulate. Yuktagara viharasya yukta chetasya karmashu. Yesterday I told. Karmashu yukta chetasya. Regulated activities we need to perform. So Krishna is telling here, at the end, you remember me. How to remember? Satatam. Continuously remember Krishna. So whenever the soul leaves the body, also you will remember. That's why life is preparation. Death is examination. That one exam we need to pass. Which exam? Death. You may have 5 doctorate degree. Absolutely no use. Again, next birth, we have to start from play home, pre-KG. Is it not? But here it is not like that. What do you have to do? If you keep on remembering the Lord, automatically, maybe it is possible. Maybe it is not possible also. That is why the Lord told Arjuna, you will be born either in aristocrat family or devotee. But if you are able to remember, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu, like that, if you are able to remember, then it will happen. This is a beautiful thing. This is from Bhagavatam. Ananyahani bhutani gachantiha gachantiha yamalayam sheshastavaram ichanti kim acharanyamatam praparam. Hundreds and thousands of living entities are there. 84 yonis, 84 lakh yonis are there. But a foolish person will think, what? I am not going to die. We accumulate wealth, we accumulate dress, we accumulate everything. We accumulate so many degrees as if, we are never going to die. Only when do we remember, Shmashana Vairagya. I told you Yukta Vairagya, I told you Falgu Vairagya, I'm telling Yukta Vairagya, sorry, Shmashana Vairagya. There are so many Vairagya, Garbha Vairagya, Shmashana Vairagya. What is Shmashana Vairagya? If we are going with any dead body to the graveyard, only that time we'll be thinking, I am also going to die one day, I am also going to die one day. The moment we are back from graveyard, gone. We forget everything. Again, we start accumulating things. Right? That is why. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tektena bujjita magradakasya svidhanam. Everything belongs to the Lord. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Whatever yesterday I told, I wanted you all to remember when you drink water, remember the Lord. Everything belongs to the Lord. Whatever you do, you say Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. We are able to talk here because of Krishna. We are able to sit and enjoy our food. It is because of Krishna. Right? So anytime death may come. Why do we wear tilak? That is why. Srila Prabhupada says, if the Yamaduta see the tilaka, they will know we are Vishnu Bhaktas. So we should never, our forehead should never be empty. When will Yamaduta come? We don't know. So we should always wear tilaka. If somebody teases you, you tell. Okay, no problem. I am not bothered about you teasing me. But I know very, very close relative of me. Whenever I go to their house, they say, again you are wearing Namam, they say. Namam means, generally there's a sarcastically people say that we cheat people. Put Namam, that means you cheat people. They'll say, I say, yeah, I smile and say, yeah. Daily I wear it, I say, that's it. So, Shmashana Vairagya, what should we do? We should be prepared to die any moment, all the time remembering the Lord. This story, again, I will tell you this Panchapandava story later. After I finish everything, I'll come back. Please remind me if I don't tell. Panchapandava story from today's lesson, you say. So, previous verse was Antakalecha Mamevam. Krishna told Antakalecha, whenever the soul leaves the body, if you remember me, you will come to me. But here what he is saying, whatever you remember, you will become that. Okay, but for some reason you are not able to remember me, but something else you will be remembering. No, whatever you remember, you will become that only. As Bharat Maharaj, you all know Bharat Maharaj's story we saw. Finally, when he was about to, leave the body, he thought, my deer is very small, young, after in the forest, who will take care of my deer? So he remembered the deer. Next birth, he became a deer. But again, Ega Vikramanashosti. He remembered all the pious activities, what he had done in the previous birth. So being a deer also, he remembered all the pious things. That means he did yajna, he knows the verses, everything. So what did he do? He did not live in the deer group. He lived in near next to the Munis and saints ashram. He was hearing again every Veda, everything. Next birth, he became Jadabharata.
Jadabharata.
Yes, Mataji. Then Mataji, what happened after that? What happened to Jadabharata?
Then he was asked to carry a king who was very rich and all that. First, he said he is not carrying properly. he was very tall, and also of the 4 people who were carrying the carriage, he did not adjust to that. So the king met him nicely and punished him, and then asked him who you are, where you are from. Then he said, who you are, same I am also. I am in, you are, God is in everybody's heart, so also in my heart. Then he realized that this is not an ordinary man. He bows down and gives him excuse for that.
Correct. Very good, Mataji. Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bhagavatam story.
Yeah, Bhagavatam, it is, I think, in the 5th canto, Jadabharata. It's
Jadabharata.
Jadabharata is like Rishabhadeva's son is
Rishabhadeva.
Correct. So that is a wonderful, as Mataji just now said, the conversation between Jadabharata and King Raghuvana. Raghuvana was the king whom he was carrying, and he thought this person is mad. He is shaking the whole palki, and but what Jadabharata did not want to harm even an ant. So he was seeing down, wherever ant was there, he would jump. And that conversation is so wonderful conversation. Haribol, thank you, Mataji. Then finally, he went to Haridwar. In Haridwar, he started only remembering the Lord. The Lord came to Haridwar in Vimana and he took him. Okay, this is Bharata Maharaja's life. And this is, yes, here you see, but he is going back to Godhead. Jadabharta. Okay, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mamanasmara Yudhyacha Mayarpita Manobuddhir Mamye Vaisheshe Asam Chayaga. Again, you see Asam Chayaga without any doubt. How many times Krishna uses Asam Chayaga? That is why Bhakti starts with this Shraddha. If you have Shraddha, no, I mean only that. Even before Shraddha, also there are 2 very preliminary stages. That is Satam Kripa and Satam Kripa, Vaishnava Kripa, and Mahat Seva. Once you do Mahat Seva, then we will be able to get Shraddha. If that is not there, we will not be able to. Okay. So therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna. And at that time, carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. So what is Krishna? Mam Anusmara Utyacha. Anusmaran means remembering. So Arjuna, get up. Remember me and fight. If you remember me and do any work, it is not bound by, it is not sin. Any work you can do. So you are not bound by the sin. So what you have to do? Get up and fight at my order with your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me. You will attain me without doubt. So whether it is Papa Karma, Punya Karma, you don't have to think about it. If you remember me and do any activity, you will come to me. So Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetasanani Gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yati Parthanu Chintayan. He who meditates on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, obviously, who meditates, his mind will be constantly engaged in thinking of the Lord. No. So the undeviated from the path of Krishna, that person is sure to reach me. So the question you remember, Arjuna asked, when can I reach you? So 3 answers Krishna has given. What are the Antakala Chamameva? Then Yam Yapi Swarnabhavam Tejatante Kalevaram. Then Abhyasa Yoga Yuktena Chetatsananya Gamina Paramam Purusham Divyam Yanti Partanu Chintayan. Yesterday also we saw this, right? Whatever we see, only we contemplate. So we have to keep on visualizing the Lord's lotus feet all the time. So that when the soul leaves the body, we should be able to remember the Lord's lotus feet. So Ajamila saw the scene and he fell down. So what happened? Yesterday I told the story. After he fell down, he married that lady only. He gave birth to so many children, and his last child was named Narayanan. And at the time of death, he called his son Narayana. But fortunately, Vishnu Duta came. So there's a big fight between Vishnu Duta and Yamaduta. Finally, they took him to Yamaloka, and Yamaloka also they were fighting. Yama saw all the account. He said, no doubt. Again, Yamaduta said, no, Asam Chaya, he's my candidate. Vishnu Duta said, no, he's our candidate because he called out, cried out for Narayana. That is the reason next birth. What happened? Ajamil also became in the next birth. He became a saint. He was remembering the Lord. He was also taken in the Lord's, what do you call that? Vimana, Pushpaka Vimana. Dhruva Maharaj also, the Lord brought the Pushpaka Vimana. Okay, so one should meditate upon the Supreme Person as the one who knows everything, as he who is the oldest, who is the controller, who is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, maintainer. He is beyond the material conception. That is Nirguna. Nirguna is the word for who is the Lord is beyond material conception, who is inconceivable. We cannot see him. He is Ajo. Ajo Nityaha. Ajo is he is unborn. We cannot, with this Chakshu, I told no, Premanjana Churita. Unless and until we have that Prema Anjana Chakshu, we can't conceive him, who is always a person. All those neophyte are the, what you call, philosophers, some of them. They may say that the Lord does not have form. Totally wrong. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi, name, rupa, form, that is guna, leela. Lord has got everything. Lord has got full. See, if I say this, somebody had manufactured this phone, that means there has to be a person who has produced this. There has to be a person. Anything you take. But if I say there is some handkerchief. So somebody has produced the material, somebody has produced the cloth, somebody has produced it. So if there is something, there has to be a person who has made it. So similarly, if there's a body, somebody has to be there who has created this body. So that is what the Lord. He is smallest of smallest. What is the example who can tell smallest of smallest? Biggest of biggest? Smallest of smallest. Both you can take Hanuman. Hanuman had to cross the ocean when he had to go to Lanka. So that Surasa story, you remember? Surasa was the Rakshasi who lived in the ocean. She told, without entering into my mouth, you can't go. So what happened? And okay, Arjuna wanted to respect her words. Because he wanted to respect. He's a bhakta. He sees everybody. Visano, Vidyavine Sampanne, Brahmane Avihastini, Shuni Chaiva Shwapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So a great devotee sees everybody equal. The dog eater, the Pandita, everybody. So Arjuna saw her as a Lord's. She's also Lord's in creation, no? So he wanted to respect her. What he did, he became big. Sursa also opened her mouth, big. So he was bigger than the biggest. Suddenly he became so small. So before Sursa could close her mouth, he went inside and he came outside. She also understood this person is not a normal monkey, because not only that he respected, and he's so intelligent. See, that's such a small thing. Her condition was, before entering my mouth, nobody can cross this ocean. He entered, he came out. Okay, that is Hanuman. So this is because of Maya. The Maya covers our mind. Maya sitting in our mind, it covered the knowledge that the door is open, my dear. Without seeing that, we are trying to jump over Maya. Mamupetit punarjanma dukalema shachvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaga samchiddhim paramam gatim. After attaining me, Mam Upetya, once you come to me, Punarjanmana Vidyate Punar, you will not come back again. How? Dukkalayam where? Dukkalayam Ashashvatam. This Dukkalayam is not permanent. This Alayam is Dukkalayam. It's not permanent. We come and go. Napnuvanti Mahatmana Samchittim Paramam Gataha. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary. Negamataji, you remind me at the end, your doubt. Yesterday itself I should have told you, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Why? Because highest perfection is what? They have reached Lord's abode. They will never come back. From the highest planets to the lowest material down to the lowest, all are places of misery. Any loka you go, Satya, Brahmaloka, Shivaloka, Vaikunta, Vaikunta, we should not say. Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, all loka, Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Patala, all 14 lokas you go. Anywhere you go, it is full and full misery. Why? Mataji, Devaloka, how there can be misery. You may enjoy, but anyway, you have to come down. Na. Tetam Gatwa Sargalokam Vishalam. Shine, Punye, Martir Lokam Vishanti. You will come back from Devaloka. So obviously you are subject to this repeated birth and death. So once you reach Lord's abode, you will never come back. Okay, Hare Krishna. Now, the human calculation of 1,000 years. We already saw, no, Brahma's one day is our 1,000 years. In chapter 4 also we saw that. And as such also is the duration of night. So 1,000 years is Brahma's day, one more 1,000 years is equal to Brahma's night. So when we say 10 into 4,32,000 into 2, that is Brahma's one day and night. So when the Brahma's day manifests, this multitude of living entities come into being. So I told Sarga Visarga. Once the Paramatma creates, that is, he glances at the Mahatattva. Another one, when Brahma's day is over, there is a creation and annihilation. Again and again the day comes, and this host of beings is active. And again night comes. Night falls, okay. Oh, Partha, and they are helplessly dissolved. So we again and again take birth. So this is what Negamataji's doubt was. I'll explain once again. Okay. Yet there is another nature, which is eternal and transcendental to this manifested and unmanifested matter. I told manifested matter is known as Prakriti, material nature. Unmanifested portion is known as Pradhan. Unmanifested. Unmanifested is 3/4 spiritual world. So in the spiritual world, that Pradhan is there, which is unmanifested portion. So this doubt will come, because when I learned also, I had this doubt. What is meant by unmanifested? This is the last part? No. See, all lokas are given. Wait. I'll try to expand this. No, not able to. I'll show after I finish this. I'll show the slide once again. In the center, when you see here, blue color, no? There in the blue color, second picture you see. First one is like a lotus. That is with the spiritual world. Below that you see, or the that is what you call blue color one you see. There you have, this is Vaikunta. This is a Vaikunta logo. Topmost is Goloka. Pink color is Goloka. Blue one is Vaikunta. Third one, what you see, the circle in black color rings, you know. This is the, what do you call, the Bhuloka, Devaloka, Indraloka, Chandraloka, everything is there. So where the Bhuloka comes in this, you can see like a snake, it goes, no, big thing. In the big circle you see. Upside there are 6 lokas. Ours is the 7th one. Below another 7 lokas are there. That is in the Karbodakshaya, which ocean it's written, no? There you see. Upper planetary systems are 6. Ours is the 7. Below us there are 7 lokas. But wherever you go, Goloka once you go, you enjoy. What is the picture given? You see, the Lord is acting. When Yashoda Maya came to, came acting, as if, you know, why are you eating the butter and feeding to the monkeys? So he came with the stick. The Lord acted as if he was afraid. Why he did that? Na? Because he thought all other things, you know, I have already acted. Sorry, this, that, so many things I have already told Yashoda Maya. She will not now listen to me. Let me for the first time act as if I am scared of her. Then let me see. That's what. Earlier he used to tell a lot of lies. You remember? Chorashtakam. Chor Ashtakam. On his stealing only 8 verses have been created, Chorashtakam. But in Damodarashtakam, he thinks, let me act as if I am scared of her. Krishnatva Vidya, this is Mukundamala. Krishnatva Diya, Pada Pankajanarthanam, Advaidami, Vishatmana Saraja, Kamsha, Prana Pranayati Samaye, Kapavata Pitta, Kantva Varodhana, Vidau Smaranam Kutaste. This material body is made up of, according to Ayurveda, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Okay, so when the body, soul leaves the body, it all depends. Vata means what are the possibilities the soul leave? Kapha, Pitta. Sometimes, the last, everything what is there in this body has to come out. So for some people, it comes from the lower hole. There are Trividan Narakasyedan, Dwaram Nashanam Atmanaga. Trividan Narakasyedan. This body mainly, actually it is, the soul is seated in this body of Narakasyedan. 9 dwara. Nine holes are there. Soul can leave from any hole. So if the soul is any of the holes from the lower portion of the body, the soul will reach the animal kingdom. If it goes from the upper, it will go to the heavenly kingdom. Okay, and generally it is said if the soul leaves there with the Sahasrara, then it goes to the Vaikuntha or Goloka, depending on our Papa Punya, all those things. Okay, so please allow my mind immediately yield to your lotus feet, because I want to remember your lotus feet when my soul leaves my body. When that moment of my last breath, my throat becomes constricted by the action of the bodily humors, air, bile, and phlegm, vata, pitta, and kapha. That time, what happened? How will I be able to remember you? Will I be able to remember you with so much of pain? So I want to always meditate upon your lotus feet, so that it is quite possible that I may be able to remember you. Vedeshu yajneshu tapatsuschaiva daneshu yat punya palam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidam vidivataha yogim param sthanam upaiti chanyam. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from the studying the Vedas, performing the austere sacrifices, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. At the end, he reaches supreme abode. How much ever you do pious work, we may have to come back. Unless and until we remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead at the time of soul leaving the body. So what are the 8 questions he asked? What is the Brahman? What is Brahman? What is how to remember you at the last moment? And Om Itya, Krishna is telling, Om Itya Aksharam. If you remember that Om, yesterday also we saw no Om. If you are able to remember Om, we will be able to remember Brahman. But Brahman is different. Again, if you remember only Brahman, we will go to the heavenly kingdom. We will not go to Lord's abode. That you remember very carefully. This Dukkalayam and Shashvatam is given here because Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Actually, the soul takes 6 stages before it becomes a perfect human being. 6 stages it takes before the soul leaves this body. It's conceived, it stays there for some time, it dwindles, that means it produces, and it reproduces, then finally it vanishes. Parastatmatu bhavonyo, material world versus spiritual world. In 17:22, the Lord says supremacy of pure bhakti, the last few. So bhakti is ultimate. This is the last slide. One shloka was, one story I told you to remind me. What was it? Ajamil's story? This Panjapandavas. So Panjapandavas, when they were in exile, what happened? They were very tired. They wanted to drink water. Most of you might be knowing this. So, first of all, Nakul said, being the youngest one, he said, I will go and fetch water. He went to pool, tank, water, river, talab, whatever you call. There, Aksha was there. He said, this pond belongs to me. So, unless and until you are able to answer my question, you cannot go. So, he asked some question. Nakul could not answer. He fainted there. Like that, everybody went, all fainted. Finally, Yudhishthira Maharaj only came. So the Yaksha asked the question. What was the question? What is that one thing which surprises in this world? Most wonderful thing. So Yudhishthira told the answer. Wonderful thing is, people know very well that they are going to die one day or the other, but they live as if they are never going to die. That's a wonderful thing. That is very surprising. After knowing also we will die, they are, enjoying the life thinking, they never die. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vanchakalputarupasya Kripasindhubhaya Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantagodi Vaishnavinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. Hare 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 Bol. Hare Krishna. Nehamataji, the doubt, today also we read, same doubt. Once if we go to, Lord says, once you come back to my loka, you will never go back. So again, we keep on saying falling down. This was Mataji's doubt. Yes, we all are Jivera Swarupakoye, Krishnera Nitya Dasa. What is that? Our real constitutional position. Jivera Swarupakoye. In Lord's abode, we were all Krishnera Nityadasa. We were the servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is no doubt in it. Okay. But Mataji's question was,